Hey, what's up? It's the Allfather here, bringing you another attack strategy video on a very popular Town Hall 9 farming and war base from the internet/forums, and I believe it's called the Tailor. Its key characteristics are these four corners where the defenses are all in corners here, and then it's marked as well by centralized town hall and heroes. It's pretty much always the same. There's a few variations, but the key characteristics are quad Teslas here in the corners. Very obvious when you have 2x2 openings there that are walled in, because why would you wall in giant bombs unless you're really trying to troll somebody? What that leaves for giant bomb potentials is obviously 2x2 locations inside the base here, 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 and here. And of course you'll see some hybrid variations of this, and there are several ways to beat it, but the most consistent that I have found is a cold-blooded GoHo'd. And so that's the attack that we're going to feature against this base. Obviously, if it's low-level air defenses and expos on ground, you're going to be able to look at air attacks and whatnot. But this is pretty solid because there's no double giant bombs. You know where the Teslas are. Queen is accessible, and you're only having to deal with defenses in small compartments. So there really isn't a whole lot of thought that you have to put into this attack once you get used to it. Obviously, you do have a lureable clan castle there, and so you can do a lure if you want. I typically do not worry about a lure, because if you have the right army composition, which we'll show you, and execute it right, you can pretty much do this on the fly. And what that does also is, you'll see as we talk about where to attack from, we'll actually draw your kill squad into the core, which is where you want them. But if you do want to do a lure first, let's say there's maybe a hound in there or something a little trickier, then you can do that. If you want to double poison a dragon and loon, you can do that, but then you're leaving yourself without a poison spell for ground skellies. But if you know there's air skeleton traps, then you can do something like that. So again, this isn't a one-size-fits-all, but yet it's pretty much one-size-fits-all. So pretty simple. First thing we're going to do is, it's obviously, like I said, a cold-blooded GoHo'd, so that is 2 golems, and you're going to take those at one of the boxes. And you're going to create a wizard funnel on the outside of the box to direct your heroes and everything into that box. And then you're going to use a jump spell to access the core. So then that begs the question, which box to attack from? That's very easy. You figure out where the queen is. Everything hinges on the queen. We don't care where anything else is. It may be a little trickier if this clan castle were opposite the queen, but I have not seen that yet. But if that's the case, if it was a little farther away, then you may want to consider doing a lure. But usually it's right here to where the radius is close enough that it will pop. So we're going to attack at the queen. That's kind of a general Town Hall 9 basic 101 type thing. So we know that we're going to do cold-blooded attack at the queen. We know if we send a golem here, it'll anchor onto that cannon. If we send a golem here, it'll anchor onto that archer tower. And that's all we need to do to create our opening funnel. Is then obviously from outside in drop our wizards. And so we're going to drop them out here on this builder hut, and here on the gold mine and the spell factory. And then of course on this side you're going to drop it on the licks collector, the research lab, and this outer builder hut back there to get that. Then what you're going to do is bring however many wall breakers you need to get into this compartment. So obviously, typically, unless it's level 9 walls, you're going to be able to get 2 in there. However, just in case, there could be flip traps here. There could be, bombs or something that take out your wall breakers. The suggestion would be go ahead and bring 3 no matter what. You can test with 1 to trip anything that's on the way, and then use the other 2 to break the wall. What that'll do then when you break the wall is the golems will dive, And you've created your funnel so then you can follow that up with your remaining wizards, kill squad, and royals. So that's how you're going to approach it. That's the direction you're going to come from, is from the compartment that is closest to the queen. So how do we access the queen then? Obviously that's the purpose of a jump spell here. That's going to allow your troops access to the queen. It's also going to pop the clan castle, at which point you're going to go ahead and use your poison spell to slow down those troops and take them out. And your wizards and your archer queen are pretty much going to take them out, while your BK will jump the wall and take care of the enemy queen. With that part of the attack down, what we have left is obviously the remaining 3 compartments and the core. Again, like we pre-scouted looking at this base, we have to worry about a giant bomb there, and a giant bomb there, and a giant bomb there. What we're going to do is we're going to drop our hogs in. What I like to do is drop one in the opposite compartment from your kill squad and one from the opposite 90-degree compartment from your kill squad there. Some people will drop them all in one. What's problematic with that is then they work around in a circle, either clockwise or counterclockwise, and they don't give any protection to your kill squad. If you bring them in from the sides, they pinch, they drive towards the middle here, and then everything pushes towards the 4th compartment. And that's the ideal situation when you're doing this attack against this base, is having those 3 compartments converge and then your entire kill squad go and hit those last few defenses. So we'll look at the army composition and everything, but basically we're going to send our hogs in here. We're going to send our hogs in here. We're going to pre-heal this spot immediately before our hogs even get in there. And what that's going to do is make sure that none of them go down, because if you get enough hogs on one max giant bomb, even though it's a single, it can take them out if they're right in front of splash damage. And so between those wizard towers being there and a giant bomb, you want to pre-heal that space. The golems and everything coming in here are going to go ahead and tank the Expos and the couple of Teslas there. So you really don't have to worry about those. Everything's going to go in there and take out. So there you have 3 compartments. Like I said, everything's going to meet in the middle and push to this last compartment where you're going to have the last area pre-healed. All your hogs will converge there, wipe out those defenses, take out any ground skellies that are attacking them, BK if he's still up at that point. And if you do this attack right, you'll have tons of hogs left. Your queen won't take any damage at all, and you'll 3-star it every time. So we'll go ahead and get ready to take a look at the first attack using this strategy. With this strategy, you really don't have to worry about how high your heroes are. Obviously, your king needs to be at least level 10, max from Town Hall 8. Your queen, as long as she's at least a level 5, I mean, preferably higher, but if she's at least level 5 or equal to or higher than the enemy heroes, you're going to be able to take out whatever you need to, because like I said, you're really not relying on the queen. She shouldn't take any damage. Depending on where your golems are, you're going to want to request a max clan castle golem just to provide maximum tanking power to get into the core. And you see here the army composition, like we said, 3 wall breakers just in case there's some danger there on the corner. Golem in the clan castle, and there's a little bit of play with the wizards and the hogs. I kind of like anywhere from 24 to 28 hogs, depending on the level of the defenses. The more max they are, obviously, the closer to the 28. If it's a very preemie, undeveloped Town Hall 9 base, then you could probably go down to 24 and just drop 12 in each compartment. But again, we notice the troops. We've got the spells there. The 1 jump to access the core. The rest are heals for the hogs and those 3 compartments that contain the giant bombs. The first giant bomb will be tripped by the kill squad. 2 poison spells. 1 is going to be for the clan castle. The second is going to be for the ground skellies. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this attack is done. So we know it's going to come in from the queen side. There's 1 golem, clan castle golem in there, creating the whiz funnel there. What that does is ensures that the clan castle or the heroes go right where we want them to, and everything starts funneling into the core we want. As soon as you bust in the wall and you've gotten into that compartment, go ahead and drop that jump spell. You want to make sure nothing redirects outside. If you drop that too late, when all those buildings are down, you could have something redirect. Again, there that clan castle pops as you approach the queen in the Tesla compartment, where you can drop the poison spell to slow them down. Your wizards will jump in there, target the dragon or whatever's in the clan castle. Your queen will back it up, and you see the hogs are in on the top under a pre-heal. You notice they haven't even tripped that giant bomb yet, but you know it's there. And then pre-heal in the bottom, dropping in the other 14 hogs on that side. Split them evenly. There's an even number of defenses in those compartments. Pre-healed, everything's back to full strength. The rest of the troops are in the core. The hogs meet up with them. And again, they work their way towards the remaining compartment where you have a pre-heal waiting to cover the last giant bomb spot. And those remaining defenses go down. Low level giant bomb there, level 2, but wouldn't matter if it was a max because they're pre-healed. All those hogs live, and everything else is in cleanup. Notice the level of health on the queen. She has taken minimal, if any, damage. She's still got her ability left. So, like I said, when done right, you're not going to have any damage on the queen. She's going to be tanked the whole way. BK happened to live this time. He may or may not go down. Golems may or may not go down. But as long as it's done this exact way, it's going to work 99.9% of the time. And you see there are tons of hogs for cleanup, wizards, everything, and absolutely wrecks that base. Another one, same base, same war, a little bit of a different layout here, as you will notice. In these compartments, you see there's no giant bomb spot there, there's no giant bomb spot there. There's no giant bomb spot there. And we still know that we have quad Teslas here. We still know those are going to be in there. And we do see a giant bomb spot here. So we're suspecting one giant bomb there. The remaining 3 are going to obviously be in the core then. So this is a hybrid, you know, little different take on this base. So now we have to worry about giant bombs being in here. And I believe that's where they are. If it could get surprised here, I suppose, when it comes in, but that'd be my guess. And but all the other things still apply. The same concepts still apply. We're still going to come in at the queen side in this compartment. We're still going to jump this compartment here. The only thing that's really going to change is we will want to set our heal spells in just a little bit. And so what we're going to want to do is try to cover these spots just a little bit. Now they're singles, so they're not going to take a pack of hogs out. So we're not really worried about that. But we want to make sure, you know, the kill squad should go ahead and trip this one. And so we're really only worried about that side and this one on the approach here and back here. And so just a little bit different layout, but we don't need to pre-heal necessarily quite as quick. We can let the hogs work their way in just a little bit farther. And so how it's going to look is obviously cold-blooded golems in here. They go in here. Hogs pinch from the side. Everything works up here. So the base may be turned, the queen may be in different spots, but everything works the exact same way. Let's go ahead and take a look at this against this little bit different version of the base. Again, the relationship or the location of the clan castle to the queen is similar, just flipped on this base from the last one. You notice here, different attacker, only level 2 golem, max clan castle golem, still going to be the same effect. Still going to have the 11 wizards, still going to have the 3 wall breakers. The walls are a little higher level here. And they still get funneled right into that first compartment. Jump spell before everything goes down so that the golems go ahead and continue to work their way into the base. As soon as the BK realizes that the queen is attacking, he'll aggro onto the queen. Poison spell goes ahead and slows down and starts killing those troops. Wizards and queen stay back and take them out. And because there could have been a potential for giant bombs on the outside, you see just kind of trickling in slowly those hogs on the outside, half of them on one. Notice how that heal spell is put a little further into the base because of that potential giant bomb location. Now as it is, they're not even going to path over it, but over here you notice there was not a giant bomb in that other location. So that means there's giant bombs on the outside of the base. And that's fine. We really don't care, especially if they're on the outside of this base, because once we get through all those defenses, we don't care what the hogs do. But you can see then the heal spell in the last one, pre-healed, as well as the poison to kill the ground skellies. And only 2 giant bombs tripped there. Potentially 1 more in the core, but I think there's probably more likely 2 outside. But at this point, the troops and the cleanup troops are split up. When they do trip those things, if they do find them, it's not even going to matter. because they've already taken out all of the threats on this base. So you can go ahead and watch it finish up here. You notice the golem's still at full health in the middle. Again, notice the health of the queen. She's taken a little bit of damage, but not much. She did pop her ability. There's that giant bomb. It just didn't get tripped the first time because of the pathing, but ends up working out. So there you go. Against that same style of base, the Tailor, I believe is what you'll find it at if you Google it, YouTube it, whatever. You'll see it a ton in farming at Town Hall 9, so if you really want to wreck Town Hall 9, especially in Crystal Leagues, these bases are everywhere in Crystal League. But that attack, you're going to see this base probably 1 out of every 5 wars, or some sort of variant of this with the 4 square corners, and use this cold-blooded Go-Ho attack, and you're going to see 3-star success more often than not. Hope this was a help to you. Go ahead and smack that like button right now before you forget. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And you can also follow us on Twitter at Clash with Taff. That's Twitter handle at Clash with Taff. Our clan website also has more of these attack strategy videos, as well as this channel has them on common internet bases such as the Diamond Tesla Moat and Cyanide Chief Pat base and others. So check those out. This is the Allfather. Thanks again for checking out our attack strategy videos against these Town Hall 9 war bases. Good luck to you and your clan in your upcoming clan wars.